Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. So you've written into us about a relationship that you were having. You were pursuing a marriage to him, but then he seems to have gone quiet and things don't seem to be working out anymore. So I guess the first thing I would say, and I'm sure you probably know anyway, is just to really give a word of caution, let's say, about having relationships outside of marriage. You're experiencing yourself the difficulties that can arise as a result of such relationships. It's not what's recommended in Islam. There are ways to approach marriage that are compatible with Islam, which I'll speak about later here. So because you've kind of had this relationship beforehand with this man and you have been making istikhara, but things don't seem to be working out positively. But I'd also kind of edge a word of caution regarding making istikhara and interpreting this when you've had a relationship with him already, because obviously your thoughts and interpretations of what's going on are going to be tainted by the fact that you have had a relationship with him and you've developed these feelings towards him. So you're perhaps more likely to interpret the situation differently to how somebody else might. So I might suggest that you actually turn to somebody else, like a friend or family member who might be able to kind of intervene here and give you some advice on the situation, who can kind of advise from a third party perspective without being clouded by the emotions that you currently have towards this man, because you've obviously developed some kind of feelings to the point that you feel like getting married to him. So if somebody else can look at the situation from outside and be able to advise you on the situation and whether it is a good idea to move forward with it, in terms of whether he is a good man to look towards getting married to, because maybe he is a good man, maybe he's not. But if you have feelings towards him, then you're obviously only going to see the positives in him. So this is one thing to do. Now, you state that you don't have the support from his father. Now, this is not, it's not necessary. You don't have to have support from family, but it's absolutely ideal. If you have support from your family and his family, and likewise in any marriage, having the support of the family is a good thing, because marriages, are difficult, especially to begin with, adjusting to marriage. Having family support makes things a lot easier. And to not have family support can make things very difficult and can place great burdens on a marriage. So to have the family support there is a very ideal situation. One way to overcome this is to approach a marriage to him in a way that's compatible with Islam. So you might go to your mahram and ask him to speak to the man himself or to the man's father and arrange some kind of meeting between you. This way you'll be able to meet up with him in the correct way, with the third party present. And do so in the correct way that's in line with Islamic values. And if his father is there, his father is not happy about the situation, but if his father is there, then he can see that you're kind of moving forward with things in the correct way, and you can really get a chance to know him and his father better, but in the correct way. So if you do it in this way, then there are many benefits to doing this, because you have the third parties present, so you wouldn't be engaging in any haram activities together. You can get to know each other in the correct way and, get the support of your families as well. So it comes with many benefits of doing it, in the correct way. So this would be the best way really for you to move forward. But like you say, you haven't heard anything from this guy in a little while. Maybe he's not interested anymore. Maybe he is. Maybe he's staying away because he realizes that, having this kind of relationship is not okay. And maybe this is the reason why he's kind of backed away for now. So the way to move forward would be to do so, in line with Islamic values. And you might ask your mahram to approach him or his father and arrange this meeting. Maybe he'll still be, quiet and things won't move forward. So you might think about, giving things a certain amount of time. Maybe 6 months will be a good time for you, maybe less or maybe more, but give it this time. And if things don't move forward, then this is where you might say, I've tried and it's not worked out, and now it's time to move on, and another more suitable opportunity will come your way. Do continue to pray to Allah, ask Allah to guide you on the matter. And if this marriage is meant to be, then Allah will let it happen. He will facilitate it. And if it's not meant to be, then He'll send something better your way. So alhamdulillah, whichever way it goes, you will end up in the best situation. You will either marry him if this is meant to be, and if not, then there's someone else out there for you. But do make sure to approach the situation, whether it be with this man or somebody else, in the correct way, and inshallah everything will go well then, because you're doing everything for the sake of Allah, in accordance with how Allah has told us to do so. So may Allah guide you on the straight path, and may He grant you a righteous spouse from Jannah, who will grant you happiness and success in both this life and the next.